Okay, let's go to A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, directed by Stephen Hopkins.
So that one is, I didn't see Dream Child until 2017. I'm talking like, it took me forever to watch this one. I just thought it looked so cheesy. I remember not being... So what killed this one for me was a movie by the name of Halloween 4. And I liked Halloween 4 so much and the realism of Michael Myers that it took me out of my Freddy, and same thing with Jason. I was strictly at that time, you're getting older.
It's like when you hear a good music artist come back, have you heard from a fire, and he has like this fire single, and you're like, oh my God, you fall in love all over again.
So I was all about Michael Myers after Halloween 4. I know he has the horrible mask. I know that certain people don't like him.
But an icon from the early '80s came back.
Certain people don't like him on the roof. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pointing no fingers. Santana rocking a bandana. But wow. I just think it's
that roof scene totally fucking sucked. By the way, it's like did he shit himself? Did he not wipe his ass right?
He got burnt up. He's not moving around.
Hey,
he didn't die like Jason. I mean, like Michael Myers.
That's no excuse. If he was so burnt up, he would have never left the hospital in the first place.
He had shit to do. So
and I guess his burns didn't hurt him that much.
It did. That's why he's not Spider-Man, he's Michael Myers, for God's sakes. But anyway, so he so I kind of took me, I didn't even want to bother with Dream Child. And then when I saw the reviews, I was like, a good thing I didn't fuck with it. I was done. So when I finally watched it 2017, I was like, it's cool. And I just...
Maybe you and I talked about it too, because remember we were talking about going back to what
you told you were the one to let me borrow it, because I didn't have the box set.
Remember, because we were talking about, they were supposed to be like, we were talking about at the time, to go off on a little tangent here, we were talking about in '89, it felt like the big three wanted to go harder, but the rating systems wouldn't do it. Like you could tell, like 3 wanted to, Nightmare 5 wanted to go harder, but it just couldn't, and that's how we went back to go look at it again.
Right. So this one I felt was plagued with the Dream Warriors. The thing that made Dream Warriors so dope and Dream Master so dope, where they would take the kids' interest and use it against them, and then kill them that way. I think it failed in this instance with Dream Child, with the comic book Super Freddy, and I thought that was dope. Mad corny.
I love that.
So whack, straight dog shit.
Dog, you should be that for Halloween. You could pull that off easily.
I would love to be Super Freddy. I'd be Super Freddy because I love Freddy.
But... I'll dress up as the dude with the guns. What's his name? The Mask Avenger or something like that.
Whatever his name was.
We should cosplay that. Think about that shit.
And then we have and then Corey B. Kincaid, and we're in.
Look, homie, Corey, wherever you're at, you need to help us with this. Shout out to Corey.
So I just never, this one never did anything for me. I tried watching it. I rewatched it yesterday, getting ready for this, and it's just boring. And that's, to me, like, I'll deal with cheesy, I'll deal with corny, but if it's boring, I can't fuck with it. And so this one, I tried watching it. I didn't like the stare thing. I
thought that was dope.
I never liked that. Isn't that like a video from the 80s?
It reminded me of the Funhouse album cover from Kid and Play, actually.
Yeah, that was whack. At this time, Freddy
Kid and Play is the greatest.
No, I like Kid and Play, but that album was whack. But anyway, so which one? Funhouse?
It was dope.
What's on there?
The theme song, I believe.
Ola A?
Yeah.
No, that was the one before that.
The theme song from House Party 2.
Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody?
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that song.
See,
anyway,
told you.
But that was 91. But this is
regardless.
Okay. Anyway, just Dream Child doesn't do anything for me. Like I don't know. It's not scary. It's not fun.
Well, at this point,
it's not funny. It's what I mean.
The tail end.
Yeah, it's at the end of the Freddy boom.
It's not the end of the Dream trilogy, to be honest with you.
Right, and I like Alice. The opening shower scene was dope.
That was crazy. I was like, oh wow.
I do like that, and the motorcycle scene I thought was incredible. Like
the Psycho Freddy was dope.
Psycho Freddy was incredible.
That was so well shot.
Well shot. But it just, I don't know.
Let me take over here. Let me jump in.
Yeah, no, but last time when I did my review, when I reviewed myself for the top 3, I had it a lot higher. This time I have it a lot lower. It's just one of those ones that just doesn't resonate with me.
And you know what's funny on that? The exact opposite happened for me. I was never a big fan of Friday 5, and everything that Spawn brought up, I felt too. Mm-hmm. Prepping for this episode, I put away any prior expectations that I might have had and any prior opinions, and just let the movie breathe on its own and tell me what it wanted to be. I walked away loving it so much more now. To me, I felt like it was done in '89, and I say this for prior movies, but I felt it had like a WB aspect, which I enjoyed. I know you don't like WB TV shows, and we've dealt with this a few times, but
Resurrection.
This is the first time I saw that. I saw that aspect in this movie, and I was like, "This is fucking cool!" Like I finally got it. It is a slower tempo movie, and I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest with you. After coming off of Dream Warriors and the Dream Master, I'm okay with them slowing down a little bit. I liked it, gave Alice a little bit more room to breathe because that was something serious. Her baby, she, her and the guy from the last movie,
Daniel, was it maybe?
Dan, yes, his name was Dan. Got together and they're a couple, and they consummated and had, there's a child on the way, and her motherly instinct. So it's with her dealing with the fact that she has a child now. But now it was interesting. Like, it goes back to what I've always said about Freddy being this great 80s cartoon villain. His new scheme is to infect the baby with the souls that he's killing, so he can be reborn into this world.
Right.
And it was great because he resurrected his mom again to help bring this come to be. So the
writer, you mean the writer?
No. It was part of Freddy's plan. When I was watching 5, Freddy confessed he needed to bring his mom back so he can come back.
Amanda Krueger, who was a nun that was by 1,000 maniacs.
Yes. So that was part of his plan, so for him to come back. Because again, going back to his prior defeat from 4, Amanda Krueger was the key for him to try to come back again. That's why when you saw him, he was kind of disfigured, like and awkwardly looking, because he was trying to come back, but not at full power just yet.
When he was the ugly Krueger baby.
Yeah, that, and then when you see his arms kind of long and right here, like you see him trying to form, but he's not powerful enough to be who he was.
Okay.
Now, a few facts on this one. So you mentioned it was directed by Stephen Hopkins. He went on to go direct because of Nightmare 5. He got the job for Predator 2 because he only had. He only had
Predator 2. That's my shit.
He had he had half the time to shoot Nightmare 5 because of the scheduling. He only had 4 weeks, and they were 20th Century Fox was really impressed with what he was able to pull off in 4 weeks to meet.
I would have never thought that was a 4-week movie.
Right?
Yeah.
He said, luckily they were doing production already, but he had to really be on it and just get things going on it. So he didn't have a whole lot of prep time. He also went ahead and directed Michael Douglas in the 1986 movie, The Ghost in the Darkness.
That's a great movie.
I've never seen it.
I don't want to say it's a great movie. It was cool. This one with Val Kilmer?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
And then he also directed Lost in Space, which I liked. That had Matthew LeBlanc from Friends in there. I enjoyed that movie.
Never seen it.
And then he also directed
heard it was dog shit though. Go ahead.
This motherfucker. And then he produced and directed several episodes for the TV show 24 in its first season. So there's a little bit of what he did. It was the lowest grossing Nightmare movie at the time.
Right. It almost killed the franchise dead.
Is that right?
Yep.
It didn't kill it.
It almost killed the franchise dead. Almost.
They just thought it was time to retire him because this is back in '89. They had a full decade.
Yes.
Yeah, they were just thought times were just changing. He had only did $22.1 million on an $8 million budget, so they didn't make much of a profit.
Right.
And to kind of double on top of that, in 1989, the big three did all return. You had Friday Part 8, you had Halloween Part 5, and you had Nightmare 5.
Yeah, Halloween 5 was doo-doo.
None of them did well. In fact, Nightmare only did top 3. It didn't do number 1.
Out of those 3, do you know which, by chance off the top of your head, which one did the best?
I did, and I should have researched that. So that was my bad.
Santana, real quick. Out of those 3, see which one, real quick. We'll cut.
This is 89?
8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Okay.
Halloween 5.
The Return of Michael Myers.
And then Dream Child.
As far as total gross and all
which
that?
one made the most? Just kind of curious.
Yeah, let me look that up for you.
Yeah.
Because none of them did well. And it was changing at the times.
Yeah, it definitely was. Because remember we talked about it, how like Rambo 3, like even to this day I still haven't watched Rambo 3.
Oh, that's a great movie.
But like Ghostbusters 2.
Yes.
And real quick, I want to say one thing positive about this is that, and it's a small thing that I just liked, is the dad changed.
I agree with you 100%.
The dad, Alice's dad changed from a dick alcoholic to
because of the loss of his son. Like to me, that felt really like he
and the continuity that you speak on.
Yes,
they kept it. I dug that.
That was, and I'm glad you spoke on that because not a lot of people saw it. When I saw it, I was like, Watching this movie again with
Yeah.
the first shot, I was like, that was fucking awesome.
Because at first you think he's not going to be at the graduation. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember him as being a dick.
And
he
he's
was there.
he's still
He was
ashamed
just
of it.
ashamed himself.
He goes, I don't know if he wanted to see
Yeah.
like, and it's cool that he said like he's dealing with that
Yes.
aftermath still.
Yes.
And I like the characters in this. I didn't think I was gonna like the characters, but
Well, my girl from what's that movie with Wes Craven? The People Under the Stairs. She's awesome in everything she's in.
I like the comic book guy too. He was cool.
Yeah, he's kind of corny to me. He reminds me of the boyfriend from Halloween 5 that goes.
Nah, I disagree. I disagree.
But I like him. I like the concepts. I like the drawings. But
and then I forgot her name too. The one girl, the name escapes me, but she was in summer school. She
Kelly
was,
Jo Minner.
Huh?
Kelly Jo Minner.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
She
always
was-
love her when she's in something.
She's also in the background of the Lost Boys working at the store.
yeah, I'm telling you, you love her in Nightmare 5. She's a swimmer, right? That's
yeah.
what we
She kind of just she.
I
Played
love her in everything that she's in. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I
That's
wish
what-
it would. She when I ever see her, I think of '80s automatically, and I'm taking back to a great childhood.
Yeah, like I always wish that she had a movie with Radon Shawn where they're sisters. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they give off that vibe. You know?
They would have made. I think they would have made a great pairing.
Yeah.
But going back to Nightmare 5 though, I did feel, and again, I think this is a great thing. It did feel like
When did you watch it?
I watched it a few days ago.
No. I'm saying when did you watch it in back in the day? Because I didn't. Again,
When
I
I
didn't
got
watch it till
when I bought the DVD boxes, like
really. So you didn't watch it in 88, 89. I'm
No,
sorry, in 89 or 90, 91.
I was kind of like a lot of the public at the time, just kind of moving beyond horror at that point, and then hearing the reviews because I always go to the entertainment section.
Yeah,
and I
or
always look
Cisco
at,
and Ebert.
yeah, well, even in newspapers, you kind of just look at what people were saying. None of them were doing well, so I was like, it was a fad moving forward, right? So when I got the DVD box set that I loaned you,
Right.
that's when I finally watched it, and I think I was mostly watching to make sure the DVD worked, as opposed to wanting to sit down and give it anything of my true attention. So when I finally watched it this time in prep for this episode, I really liked what I saw. I think he did a great job, given that he only had 4 weeks to shoot. The Freddy
just
cycle
opens my eyes on that one.
The Freddy cycle was done. I thought the nightmare scenes were done well. You could tell like he focused on those and did. I don't want to say basic shooting for the high school stuff, but you could tell like the creative energy went for the dream sequences, and then he had obviously because there's only 4 weeks of shooting, did the basic shoots for the non-nightmare sequences, at least in my opinion. However, there was a few scenes in there that I thought was really great cinematically speaking. When Alice realized her boyfriend died, she turns around the diner, and then you see in the background the accident happening in real time.
Yeah.
That was a cool.
That was good.
That to me, that was a really cool transition. There was
the where she's force feeding is that.
well, that's more of a nightmare thing, but I do like the gothicness when it opens up and you see like the church or this gothic looking building. I like how the visual effects came across in that. That was really, to me, that reminded me of either a Dio album cover or a King Diamond album cover. So I think the King Diamond album.
So out of curiosity, which one do you think made the most out of Nightmare 5, Halloween 5, Freddy 5? I mean, or Friday the 13th 5? What's your pick?
I got the numbers. Go ahead.
All right, y'all want to see what he says.
I would probably say maybe Nightmare probably did the most.
I'm gonna go Friday.
Okay. Vito's correct. Who do you got at 2?
I would have to probably say Halloween and then
Halloween
Friday.
was hot. I'll go 2 as Halloween because 4 was hot.
Okay. No. Came in 3rd.
Oh.
So let me give you the numbers. Nightmare on Elm Street, according to, of course, Google, total gross 22.2 milli.
All right.
And then coming in second in that order would be Friday the 13th.
Jason Takes Manhattan. Shout out Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, 14.3. It's kind of low, bro.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
And then Halloween 5 came in at 11.6. And, my gripe, and like you said, the biggest gripe about Jason Takes Manhattan, it took, an hour and 4 minutes to get Manhattan. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
It probably did.
But
because the word came out.
But you see what I'm talking about?
Because I saw, real quick, I saw Jason Takes Manhattan opening weekend in the theater. Everyone was pumped. But once the word came out that he wasn't in New York, that's when it took that dive.
Well, that and times were just changing, like for one reason or another, times were just changing, and you could tell. The studios took note of that. Paramount took note of that. New Line took note of that. Everybody was losing money now, and again, they spent more money on Dream Child. They still made a profit, but not as much. And again, too, for those that don't know, back in the day, when you get a theatrical release, the studio's only seeing 60% returns of that because they got to pay the movie theaters for running that. So again, that eats away at the profit altogether when you think about it. So they were just thinking it's time to put this puppy to bed, and
Okay, what do we got?
Which will then lead us into the next one, Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare.
Yeah.
So now Freddy Dead came out in 1991, and it was directed by Rachel, and forgive me if I mispronounce her last name, Talalay.
She was she worked well.
Yeah, she was part of the family. She worked on production for several of the Nightmare movies. To her directing credit, she did Tank Girl in 1995,
which you love, which is dog shit.
Shout out Tank Girl.
You like it too?
Tank Girl is dope.
It's been a while, but
she's also did a lot of work on TV. She's worked on Ally McBeal, Supernatural, Doctor Who, Riverdale, Doom Patrol, and Superman and Lois. So she's done a lot of work. This movie grossed $34.9 million from a budget of somewhere between 9 and 11 million, somewhere between those two numbers. And Breckenmeyer, this is his film debut. He doesn't know who Breckenmeyer is. He starred in I believe he was a skater in Clueless.
Yeah.
He was also starred with Tom Green in Road Trip, a great comedy.
Yeah, funny.
Does a lot of work on the TV show Robot Chicken.
Well, was
he in Boba Fett?
Was he in Rat Race? I think he was in Rat
Race. He's done a few more movies too, but I only put out the more notable ones, but he might have been in Rat Race, but I can't speak on it one way or another.
There's one where he's in the him and his buddies are like camping in the woods. Is it Matthew Lillard in that one too? I think
you're speaking about Seth Green. I think that's the one with Seth Green.
Okay.
And that was produced by Adam Sandler, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The reason Alice Cooper actually starred in this one, I
loved him in this.
Alice Cooper, they've always invited Alice Cooper to star in one of these Nightmare movies, but he didn't want to play himself. He wanted to play something other. So he told him, I will do this one if you let me play Freddy's father, and they agreed.
Which was amazing.
Really?
And
yes.
Yeah. This movie was, the original intentions of this movie was to be the final, just to put a cap to the end. Just be like, we're done now. Like a proper send-off. And going with that, this movie does, honestly, what's great about this movie, it feels like a retirement party for Freddy Krueger. And it's awesome. You may not like the humor in it. I know I didn't for the longest time.
When I first met you, you hated the shit out of this movie.
Absolutely.
Vito actually hated the movie.
Yes. I did. Okay. On a just rare occasion, I initially despised this movie because I remember when I saw the trailers for it, I must have been like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, cool, we're going to get something so fucking hard because it's been a while, right? Yeah. Freddy's Dead. They're going to go out with the fucking bang. And when I went to the theaters to go see it with my friends, I did not appreciate the cartoony aspects of it.
I still don't.
But for me, I do now. I guess because after watching, let's say, Nightmare 3, Nightmare 4, and Nightmare 5, I've gotten accustomed to Freddy Krueger being a humorous villain, and since this is.
But see, that's why if they kept the formula of Dream Warriors in terms of Freddy being still scary and menacing, and still having good punchlines for each kill, that's the perfect formula. Had they just kept that formula, not the formula of every teenager having their own personality and then killing them with that personality or killing them with that said interest. That's not what you take from it. Take the formula of still scary, still menacing, and still have the funny lines. And that's the key ingredient that they never went back to.
And I could see that, but again, I can't help but to walk away with the feeling like this was just a retirement party and they were just celebrating it. And it was like he felt like more Bugs Bunny than anything else. And I really liked that I appreciated it. Like it was cool.
So let me backtrack for a second. So I think there's a scene in here that is 100% universal piece of shit Freddy.
Okay.
And it's perfect. You could put it in
when he's chasing his daughter?
No. The fucking Carlos's death
that was so fucked up.
Like that is like he's making fun of not making fun of, but he's turns the volume up so much, and then you see him, he's about to make a pin drop.
Yes.
And it's gonna sound like a fucking sonic boom to poor Carlos. And it's just the torture, like the leading up, that's Freddy.
Yeah, but it felt like Freddy. So Bugs Bunny like, because you see the actor like it looked like a Bugs Bunny cartoon the way he shot, because Bugs Bunny would do it too, where he would fuck with people and be like, huh?
But had they made that more scary, more menacing, and less cartoony, imagine the impact that a lot of people don't remember that scene. We remember it because we just watched it yesterday or the other day.
I've always remembered that scene because to me, I felt like
that whole little bulbous ear.
It reminded me of Alien, and it just always freaked me out. Ugh.
So, but imagine it would have been more talked about, like Welcome to Primetime, bitch, the TV death, and it would be or Let What a Rush. all those great lines. Imagine if they took it a little bit more serious with the Carlos scene. You know what I mean? You would have got that perfect, like I said, blend. But I want to just backtrack for it if I can.
Okay.
About we didn't really touch on it too much. Was between 87 and 88 and then 89, there was a great show, Freddy's Nightmares. And Freddy's Nightmares, there's a few episodes where Freddy's actually in it. Freddy's Nightmares, it's kind of like him being the Crypt Keeper.
It's an anthology series.
Yes, anthology series. And look, check this out. But it has a prequel in episode 1. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guy, back to Alice Cooper. So that scene, you never see Freddy's face as Robert Englund, but it's Robert Englund, and it's the trial of Freddy Krueger. Now the acting is subpar.
Yeah, I seen that when it came on the Blu-ray, and I was, just to touch on that real quick, I was so disappointed. It
is.
It was. I felt like it was. They had the opportunity, and they. It was
like someone was filming a play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was not good. But one thing that I do like is that those girls that are they're twins. And one of the girls that always shows up is the blonde, I think is the main one that's like she's hypnotized by Freddy. And there's a scene in the show Freddy's Nightmares where she's about to get out the car and she goes to the dad who was the one that burned Freddy and goes, "Freddy's coming for you." And it's the little girl throughout the whole series that's jumping rope, that's riding her bike. That's one of the girls in Freddy's Nightmares.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You know what sucks about that though? And they talk about this in the Never Sleep Again documentary. They were so drunk high off the success of like 3 and 4 that the TV show was like, let's just do it, but they didn't give much money to it. They didn't give no fucks about it.
And that was a mistake.
It was. But they said though the good thing was the people who worked on it said we could do whatever we wanted. We were showing so late, but we didn't have the proper support. And
so I used to watch Freddy's Nightmares right before wrestling or after wrestling, where I lived at, and it was just so dope because that was my Saturday. Without fail, Freddy's.
It had a charm to it. It has a charm to it.
It had a great charm to it, but it's so low budget. But the episodes is like maybe 2 or 3 other episodes where Freddy's actually in it. But I think one of them even Robert Englund directed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I gotta look. But I do know they said in the documentary of Never Sleep Again, Robert Englund only did like a day's worth of shooting for most of the episodes he was in because it was so low budget. And as low budget as it was for the first season, they actually reduced it by half for the second season. They even took more money away from them.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
They were just
sitting on a fucking lottery ticket. They could have done something great or legendary.
All they really wanted was to have his name out there to the next movie,
like they did with Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah, they didn't really give too much shit about it, which is it kind of, to me like I agree with you, wasted potential.
Right.
They could have done something amazing.
So that part, back to, let's rewind even further, the whole pedophilia, the child molester part, they don't even mention it in the thing. They only mention him killing kids.
Yeah, which is what.
But, so there's a scene where the cop stops the vigilante justice on Freddy, and Freddy's taunting the cop, and Freddy's taunting the Elm Street people, and he goes, "Oh, and your daughters, I didn't get a chance to know them as much as I wanted to, yada, yada, yada." And that's when fucking the cop loses it and sets Freddy ablaze. So, I mean, that's what I went earlier when he likes to toy with them and make it think.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And put that little doubt in their mind.
Yeah.
But all he really want to do in my mind canon is kill the kids because, now we backtrack to Freddy's Dead. You see him killing animals at an early age, like most serial killers, or then cutting himself, you know what I mean? And enjoying the pain. And, but yeah, go ahead. And then another thing we didn't touch on was Freddy's backstory. He was the mother was a nun, Amanda Krueger, and she went by Sister
Amanda or
Sister Helen. If you could look up Freddy's nun's mom,
Amanda Krueger, but she went by another name though, Sister Mary or something.
Mary Helena or some shit like that. So she gets left in an asylum.
Yes.
On a holiday weekend. And
by accident,
and then all these maniacs, they rape her, and that's the evil seed. But I love it how in Dream Child you see the guy that looks like Freddy, Robert Englund.
So I thought that was his father, but you realize no, that's just Freddy in the dream without him being burned. And it was Robert Englund like doing that because he didn't have to wear the makeup, and he can be with all these extras.
You see him without makeup, like when he's the bus driver.
Yeah.
In Nightmare on Elm Street 2,
it's
or he's the nurse.
Yes.
In, Nightmare on Elm Street 4. So I love little things like that.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah. But back to back to Freddy's Dead. I saw it in the theater, just like you.
Yeah.
I saw a good buddy named Jimmy Walker, not to be confused with Jimmy Walker from Good Times. But,
Dynamite!
but we saw it and we thought it was just the lamest shit, especially with the glasses. But I always
The 3D
go
was
back.
bad.
I always go back to the Carlos scene because had they did more of that and less of the video game scene, like that video game.
I thought that was dope. I've always liked that.
I hate that scene, and it goes on way too fucking long, dude. It
You know
goes
what?
on way too long.
I
It's
agree
like,
with you on that.
Boop, boop, and he's like, great graphic, and it's like a 10-minute kill where he has the power glove, and it's like, I mean, and it if you weren't alive at that time,
You may not get the reference.
you might not get the reference to the power glove and all that stuff. You know what I mean? It just went on too long. It wasn't funny. It wasn't humorous. It was just corny and silly, and it was like a horror movie for a 7-year-old.
And that's what made it so dope.
No, it doesn't make it dope.
It makes it awesome.
Lowbrow and stupid. You know
Trust Vito on this one, folks. It was fucking
killed
awesome.
the franchise dead. It did. So
franchise
Freddy
is
didn't
already
die.
dead.
This killed it even worse, bro. It is the lamest kill. Great graphics. It was just bad. And then what's the next one? I think that was it, right? Because he only had 2 kills in that movie.
He
killed the main kid who thought he was Freddy's son.
Yes, he was like it was a take on Wizard of Oz where the house was always falling.
That was lame, bro. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little soul too. That shit was corny.
I actually like, it's funny. Again, it goes back to the Bugs Bunny aspect when he's riding a broomstick. All I could think of was him doing Bugs Bunny, and it just worked for me. I appreciated it.
Nah, I liked it better old Vito when he hated it because you had common sense, bro. This movie is so bad.
But see,
I tell you what, I do like it more than Dream Child because at least it had some balls, and it had my man from Alien.
Yeah, Fat Kodo.
He was good in that. You know what? But like I said, though, it's all how you look at it. To me, it was just a retirement party for a villain going
the
out.
backstory part, I thought that was great. Well, you get to see how Freddy was raised, how they made fun of him. And
I kind of still felt, I'm cool with it now, but the time when I saw it in the theaters, for the longest time, I thought that was a lost opportunity to do something real meaty with that. Given how I see the movie now, I'm cool with it now, but at the time, I felt like that was this lost opportunity.
Absolutely.
The 3D
I think the kid who played young Freddy when Alice Cooper is the foster dad is beating Robert Englund. I thought the kid that played him was great. The kid who played him reminded me of the comic book version of Rorschach. Excuse me.
Now that you mention it, I can see that.
Like the drawing of Rorschach in The Watchmen.
I can see that.
Looks like the kid who played Freddy, teenage Freddy in Freddy's Dead.
I was thinking of the redhead kid from The Christmas Story.
That would have been a good one too. He could have been a great young Freddy. Matter of fact, he does Freddy in as an adult in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yep, and he kind of also looked like the older brother from Freddy vs. Jason. The guy.
Yes, that's
okay. So
isn't that the kid from? Is that not the kid from A Christmas Story? Yeah, he was great in it. I mean, just it's like like not even a minute, like maybe 2 minutes, just the face alone. And, just enjoying the cuts and enjoying the that's the thing about pain. You have to own whatever he said, that little line he had.
Yeah.
That was just super spooky.
The 3D effects.
Garbage.
Really? Okay, I'll take it back. I used to, again, up until me watching the movie a few days ago, I agree with you. They were dog shit. Now, I think the Blu-ray helped clean up a little bit. And given that I see this movie as more of a cartoony send-off, I'm cool with those little
sperm demons. Get the fuck out.
Because they look so cartoony.
They look like sperm demons.
And I think that was intent. That was the intent, was to be cartoony. Because everything else in the movie was so cartoony. Intent.
No, they just didn't have the budget to make.
No, they had the budget. Bro. The budget was quite significant, sir.
Well, then they should have put more money on that than Johnny Depp's cameo or Roseanne Barr's cameo or Tom Arnold's cameo. Instead of giving me those whack cameos that no one gives a shit about, let's make the sperm demons look better. You know what I mean?
They look fine.
No, they did not.
They look like something out of
Pac-Man.
You're
trying to convince yourself, bro.
No, I walked away with I don't know, maybe because I'm getting older, maybe because I'm just appreciating the movie for what it is now. I'm okay with it because I'm
older. You're the same age and it's still dog shit.
But I'm not expecting anything more out of something that was already made too, though.
Right.
So I'm cool with what it is. I'm cool with the end product.
The last line, Freddy's dead. And then it ends.